Hey, Ron Rio, California. Woohoo! Welcome to the Lizzie T Show, I guess. Anyway, today is a special day. Today is Pastor Appreciation Day. And I am coming live from my room to fix my oxygen. It's okay for now. Now I can actually breathe. So, reason why we're recording this is I haven't been able to make it to church because I have not had help with Sweet Holly.
Hi.
And it's been very difficult. But we wanted to give a shout out to our pastors. This pastors we know, like Pastor Lorraine and Pastor Todd and Pastor Steve. We adore you. God bless you. And may the Lord keep you. But then there's special pastors we're under from in his presence. There's Pastor Mel, Pastor Desiree, Pastor Gladys, Pastor Dennis, and then there's like the elders. And the two I'm thinking of off the top of my head is Aday and her husband. So we wanted to give you guys a shout out in Thanksgiving because I, for one, know that our life has changed.
Yes.
And we enjoy going to church.
What about Jessie?
Jesse's not an elder. She's one of our dear friends who's on leadership. And Holly, I'm getting the puppet out. I'm really starting to do it again. But we give you a shout out, Jessica, because we adore you. And Sheila, our leader. But I wanted to share a memory I had about Pastor Desiree. And then I have one about Pastor Mel. What people don't know is a vlog in itself is during this time I had lost my memory. Some of it. And I think I've shared this before, and the joke my friends ask me, Timmy, when'd you lose it? Well, that's a good question. When I figured I'll let you know. But I walked into church not even knowing that was my church. I was under Pastor Lorraine and Pastor Todd at the time, and Reverend Dell, who was still alive. And I had these horrible anxiety attacks. And I loved Leaves of Healing. And I loved being under my pastors. I really appreciated them and trust them. So one day I was at home and I went out and I was tired from some volunteer work I did, and I met Barbara. And Barbara had no ride to church. She was suffering with some things and she really wanted to go to church, and God goes, why don't you just take her? And I didn't have church on Wednesday, so I went, okay. So I walked into church and Pastor Mel and Desiree stared at me, and I'm like, these pastors are freaking me out. And they would just watch me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, these pastors scare me. Now, you've got to understand something. I was their sheep that just disappeared off the face of this earth. And I figured out kind of there was a bully at church, and I was very vulnerable at the time. But here I am, no memory of them whatsoever, and them staring at me like, why isn't she talking to us? Why is she in this church? And I'm sitting here going, these pastors are freaking me out. And God just said, come on to me. And one day I'm like, I'm not going back to this church. These people freak me out. And God goes, you know them. They want to know why you don't talk to them. I'm like, what do you mean I know them? And I don't know what happened, but someone from church recognized me and said something, because God goes, keep going back, keep going back. And suddenly I went, oh my gosh. But that was the day my healing began. Because all of a sudden I realized walking that church, I had amnesia. And they were going through a lot. And I want to say they were patient. And I want to say they grew a lot since that day. And then I I brought Holly into my life because God gave me a new mission. And they just, trying to let you guys see her a little bit better.
I'm in the picture.
They just adore her and accepted God's mission as being her older sister. And I don't know. I think it's a great way to show appreciation. I mean, and it's also a great way to show appreciation to my old pastors because I was transitioning out of their church to in His presence. And one, I understood why, because I had amnesia and God wanted to restore me. But two, Pastor God God is the pastor. He is like the main pastor. You know what I'm saying? He's the main shepherd. But so we shout out to Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. I stopped because she looked like she wanted to say something.
Yes, I want to also shout out to my old pastor and his wife, Ron and Renee Quint.
Aww.
And our parents' old leaders, Dennis and Judy Van Hook. And I want to also give a good shout out to Pastor Rebecca and Hassan
From your old church, right?
from my old church that moved to Tennessee.
And we'll get into that story in a second because there's an amazing story behind that too. Okay, Hal, let me finish and I'm going to give it to you, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to remind you of this story because it has to do with Mom.
Yes.
All right, what I was saying, God help me, is so I was transferring from Lindsay Healing to In His Presence, and Reverend Dell prayed for me. She said, okay, you know, an elder, Raymond prayed for me, said to me, we're going to miss you. And I went, and Reverend Dell died of cancer, and Pastor Lorraine and Pastor Todd were called to Tennessee. And if you're online, you see Pastor Todd is very into politics. And I trust him. And then Pastor Lorraine has a web thing on YouTube, and she is a grandma. So I was very blessed that while God knowing what was going to happen with Leaves, put me in His presence and made sure I was set up and stable before all the changes happened. And I couldn't be under better pastors. I mean, everyone makes fun of California, but let me tell you, there are amazing pastors out here. I was under Pastor Jack. There are amazing churches out here, and they're fighting for the gospel, and they're fighting for what's right. So I wish California was more free, but I'm in a place that wants to fight to keep the gospel of Jesus Christ, and under churches over here. I'm under In His Presence, but there's churches over here. Some of them have been fined. Some of them have gone to jail. I love being from California and a Christian. That's just my opinion, but I love it. I mean, I have faith God's going to change California. But I love the churches. And I'm under one great church. So shout out my pastors. You want to say something, Miss Holly, about your old church? If not, I'll help you, because Mom, do you remember the funeral they gave her?
Yes.
She's getting tongue-tied, so forgive me, guys. I'm going to kind of prompt her. The pastors of her old church loved Mom and Dad and Holly. And Mom was so sick, she couldn't go to church. that was part of the reason why I have such understanding pastors is I was taking care of them at the time. And Mom had very bad cancer, my adopted mom. And she was in and out of the hospital. I took care of Holly while Dad took care of Mom. And my
I did
sisters
it
weren't
again
in my
and
life at
stumbled
that
over a
time,
couple
not like
words.
this.
My two sisters
And,
love me now, and then loved me then, and they were in my life. But one's out of town, and the other one's really busy. But they both interact
Not
with me with
being
Zoom in other
straightforward.
ways,
But
and I love them very much.
what happened was that my pastors worried about me and prayed for me. And I tried to go to church, and I tried to stay in touch with Sheila. And I informed everybody what was going on. And the old church that they were at, LA Church of Christ, would go to the house, pray for them, love them. And then when Mom finally passed, Dad didn't have the strength to do a funeral for her or a memorial, so the church did it for him. I'm just seeing if she wants to say something. I want you to get a good look at her. You want to say something?
I miss my old church. I am glad that God encouraged me to go to In His Presence also. Because there's a lot more handicap, disability, people that I can relate to at In His Presence. Help.
Sorry guys, I'm still learning this. Let's make sure we get baby girl in here since this is her story. And Holly has one goal in her life that she really wants. She wants to walk again. Nobody knew this. We walk into church and it is put on Pastor Mel and Desiree's heart. Immediately they start praying over her. Nobody knew that was our secret. And the enemy had been attacking her really bad, and she was getting worse, and her spine twist. And so, pastor's not knowing any of this. Just is like, okay, we gotta pray for you. Okay, we gotta pray for you. We want to thank you. And I personally appreciate you helping me with her. My whole church does. And I appreciate people supporting her because it supports me. It's a lot of hard work to take care of Holly. She's a human being. And a blessing and a gift in my life.
Later this month, I'll be able to, either this month or next, I'll show you your surprise. So the pastor appreciation will my present will probably be late. Will be late.
But no, we treasure your prayers. We want you to have a good day. And we would show you a photo because Pastor Desiree and Mel love animals.
Yes.
But he's in one of those moods. And I know if I aim the camera at him, he will be
Running.
Yep. Camera shy cat.
Frodo!
And he's ignoring
Frodo!
us.
Frodo, come here.
Do you have anything to say to our pastors? Oh, he loves you guys. We watch you online and he watches you. Ah, she's getting a treat. Ah, you'll say something because you have a treat.
Mm.
There you go, Pastor Desiree. Just for you, the kitty kitty. You get to watch him gulp his food. Slow down, baby.
Slow down.
Anyway, I need to hit Holly's corner. So we are going to sign off with the cute kitty cat's purr.
I hope you have a good Sunday, Pastor Mel, Pastor Desiree.
And as we get the kitty in the camera going gulp, 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 gulp. Holly's going to do a thumbs up because we were interrupted. But I figured you should just be looking at the cute kitty and cute Holly. Go, girl.
Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the like button, share, comment below, and
Bless your pastors.
no, hit
The notification button.
notification bell on.
And bless your pastors.
Bless your pastors.
Isn't she adorable? I just had to do this because I'm learning how to do it. And you guys don't see enough of her. But this is just me talking away and she's just laughing at everything. I could say the cat gave the dog a hat. She'll laugh at me. I am so blessed. This is my little sister. All right, everyone. We will talk to you soon. Happy Appreciation. Actually, it's Pastor Appreciation Month.
Yes.
So, God bless your pastors.
All month.
Yes, and pray for them because a lot of them are standing up for the gospel in a time where it's not that easy. Love you,
Bye.
everyone.